Welcome to Let's Do Yoga with Joanne, and I'm Joanne. Today we're going to do a completely seated chair yoga, so no standing poses at all. And you might want to block, you might not. If you've been following along, you won't probably require that. But if this is new to you, you might want that for one or two of the poses. If you ever find yourself in a pose that is causing pain, just back right out of that and join us in the next pose, or go back to where you were challenged by that pose and just stay there. There's no need to ever go into pain, but there is a need to push to the point where you feel the work being done. Okay, so we'll begin with some lung exercises and a simple inhale to the count of 3. So inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, and breathe normally. And then let's try it with a hold as well. So it's inhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, and then breathe normally. Same thing, only we're going to have a hold at the bottom of the cycle as well, or this is what I call box breathing. So there's a hold after you've exhaled all the air. That is the toughest part. So inhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, and hold, 2, 3. Good. All right. Let's just do a little bit of neck roll. So I'm going to look over to the right shoulder and then tilt my chin down and look over to the left. And tilt my chin down and look over to the right. Tilt my chin down and look over to the left. Chin down, and then last time, right, down, left, down, and then looking straight ahead. Little rotation of those shoulders, making sure that the joints are actually moving. And you might want to rotate the wrists as well. So we'll go one way and then the other way. And then we'll just do a full arm rotation, up and back and down and up and back and down. Okay, so a seated sun salutation, seated in the chair. So I'm going to bring my knees apart, mostly to accommodate the forward fold is what's going to happen. And you might want to move that block to the front here now, because we're going to be doing a forward bend. And for some people, that's a little bit scary. So if you know that you can reach for a block or a book or a pail or, a bucket, anything, just so you know you've got something to reach for if that makes you nervous to go forward. Okay, so once you've got that item, if you needed it, we bring our hands together, heart center. Elbows are, try and not have one elbow higher than the other, because that can happen. Take a look, are they parallel? And inhale and exhale. Think about sitting a whole inch taller, like grow an inch. And inhale, exhale. Inhale, the arms come to the side, and then the hands and the arms travel all the way up. And you can look at about a 45-degree angle, so you're kind of looking at where the wall meets the ceiling. So not straight up, but more 45. But bring those arms all the way up if you can, so that the upper arms are beside the ears. And inhale, exhale. Don't forget to grow an inch. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, hands come together through the heart center on your exhale, as you reach forward for the floor or for the block or whatever you have into a forward bend. Now the one thing we do want to try and do is make sure that the neck is not all tense. So just take a moment to move your head around. Make sure it's a little bit relaxed for forward fold. And then half forward fold is where your back, your head, your back, and your tailbone are straight. Now by straight, I don't mean that they're totally parallel to the floor, although that would be nice. Maybe they're straight and you're up here, but they're still straight. Or maybe you're a little further bent, but they're still straight, right? So there's no rounding or hollowing. It's just like you got a broomstick right through the top of your head, through your neck, through the back, and out the tailbone. That's how straight it is. That's called half forward fold, okay? And that's been a full 3 breaths for sure. So from here, we bring our feet together for plank. This is what would be plank. So your feet are straight ahead, your knees are straight ahead. Again, you've got that straight, strong back, and you grew an inch, so you're super tall, and the arms just come straight forward, as if you're holding yourself up. Now you can put some tension in that so that some work is getting done, some actual work is getting done. And then that's been 2 breaths, so just inhale. Exhale and put your hands on your upper thighs as you do what would be upward facing dog. So grow an inch and you're bending your back. I'll just show you what that looks like. So you are here and you're bending your back. Careful not to throw away that lower back. I just want to caution you about that. So go into this pose quite slowly, just to make sure that everything's okay as you look a bit forward for, that would be upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog, if you were on your mat, your feet would be pressing into the mat at an angle just like this. Like there's not much difference in the angle that I have here and what you would have on the mat. And then you bring your chest closer to those thighs, and your arms, your upper arms are alongside your ears for upward or for downward facing dog. And inhale, exhale. And I bet you feel the core working doing this. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so let's go through that. We're going to go through that doing the breath, which is how you do an actual sun salutation. So it means there will be a different move happening on each inhale and each exhale. And don't worry if you get lost. Just pick up where you can, okay? So we begin in mountain. Take a moment. And maybe here's where you choose a single word to guide your day. Your word might be kindness. It might be gentleness. It might be sharing. It might be honor. Whatever. Choose a word that fits with who you want to be today. On the inhale, the arms come up. You look at a 45-degree angle. On the exhale, you can lean forward and you can use your block if you wish as you reach for the floor. Your inhale, your hands can come, well, they could come to the thighs or they can reach for the floor for the block, but your back is straight. On the exhale, you come forward once more. And then on the inhale, you come to that plank position. On the exhale, you would lower to the floor, but in this case, we're just holding, so on your exhale. Then on your inhale, you come into that upward facing dog. And then on the exhale, you come into down dog. So I hope I gave you enough time in there to try and get from one pose to another. Let's just try it one more time. Okay, so I'm just going to bring my block here so that I can demonstrate. Mountain, choose your word, give it some thought. Inhale up. Exhale down, hands through heart center to forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale forward fold, and you would be trying to get into your plank. Inhale into upward facing dog. And exhale into down dog. So there you go. Sun salutation A in the chair. Let's see if we can grab some warrior poses. I don't think we're going to need, yeah, we might need that block once more. Okay, so we're going to start with warrior one. I have my right, this is my right leg, probably looks left to you, on the chair so that my knee is directly over my ankle. My back leg comes back so that my back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Can you see that in the picture there? Anyway, it's at a 45-degree angle. And I'm just going to move back a smidge. There. Now I know you can see it. Okay. My hips are facing over this knee or parallel to the side of the chair. And then I tighten the belly to protect that lower back. When you do this in a chair, that lower back can sometimes get a little too bent. So if you find that's happening, then just lean forward a little bit so that you prevent any lower back pain. Okay? Bring those arms forward, and then if you can, you bring them up. If your lower back isn't bothering you, you can straighten the torso up. Otherwise, just keep it at an angle. That's fine. Okay, so that's warrior one. And we've probably held that for 3 breaths. Bring those arms behind you, clasp the hands together, or just hold them behind you as we lean forward over this front knee for what's called humble warrior. I'm holding each of these poses for about 3 breaths. I can count them out for you too. The back foot now it goes parallel to the side of the chair. So it's no longer 45, it's like a 90-degree angle between the knee and the toes, okay? So that's how we come into warrior two. Warrior two has the pelvis open to the front of the chair now, and then the arms come up at shoulder height. Look over that front hand and inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Drop that back hand down, lift that front hand up for peace warrior, or actually further back, if you can, for reverse warrior. So you just kind of choose where your back feels okay and inhale. Exhale. You can look up, you can look forward, you can look down. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale as we come into extended side angle. So your elbow goes on the upper thigh. This arm comes straight over the ears so that you're in a straight line. And if you have shoulder issues, you can just make it straight up too. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then let's just switch to the other side. Okay, so first is warrior one, so that back foot is at a 45-degree angle, and the front foot, now the ankle is directly under the knee. Okay, now as I said, this could be hard on the lower back, so go ahead and lean forward if that lower back is talking to you, and then bring those arms forward and then up. so that your ears are between your upper arms. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, bringing those arms down, clasping the hands together behind your back, or just having open arms is fine. Leaning forward into humble warrior. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The back foot. Now, the toes are 90 degrees to the knee. The pelvis is open to the front of the chair. Careful that this knee doesn't cave in. You want to keep that nice and strong. The arms are at shoulder height, and I'm looking out over that front hand. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale as we take peaceful or reverse warrior, whichever you choose. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The elbow comes down to the top of that upper thigh here, the front thigh, and this hand can either be in a straight line from the tips of the fingers down to the heel, or you can have it straight up, whatever works. Some people's shoulders simply do not permit this move. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And your hand comes down, and you just did a warrior flow. Dancing warriors, that would be called if you were doing it standing up. So I now have the block in front of me just because I want to do a nice gentle twist for my back after doing those warriors. So I begin with my legs apart, and I've just got the block right under me. So I come into a forward fold, and I can reach for the block, or if you're feeling secure, you can go to the floor. Put the left hand directly underneath the nose, and then with your right hand, following your right hand with your eyes, you bring that right arm as far up behind you as you can. And to begin with, you might be somewhere over here, but as you do more yoga, you'll be able to bring it farther back. And then we just hold that for a little bit, kind of saying to our backs, you did really, really good. This is your reward. And then we can bring that right hand down, put it under our nose again, and with the left hand, following it with our eyes. And this side I cannot do nearly as well, so therefore I'm going to stay here longer. And I can bring that hand down and walk my way up. I want to take another twist just to be sure I got my back all twisted out. So I'm going to take eagle arms though. So my right eye of the elbow is going to come under my left elbow. Now you can stop here if you like, or you can try and put those hands together. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that your shoulders are working a little bit, and then you try and lift those elbows up, and they'll work a little harder. Again, people with shoulder issues, you might be here, and that's fine. You just get to where you get to. Okay, inhale, get nice and tall, grow an inch. Exhale, and just turn everything from the hips up to the right. Inhale forward, and everything from the hips up to the left. And forward. Bring those arms down, and you're going to change them over. So the left eye of the elbow comes underneath the right arm, and you might stop here, or you might be here. You might put those hands together, depends, on your shoulders. And inhale, exhale, and turn to the left. Inhale forward, exhale and turn to the right. Inhale forward, And drop those arms, maybe shake them out. How about a shoulder roll to the back? Whew. They were kind of working hard, weren't they? Okay, so we're coming into our relaxation. So you'll be pushing your lower back into the chair, which is an instant message to your brain that it's time to relax. Sometimes that simple move, if you have a lazy boy at home or one of those chairs that flips back and you relax in it and it's got a good lumbar, as soon as your back hits that lumbar, you're like, oh yes, that feels good, right? So same here. All right, so once you're comfortable leaning into the back of your chair, and before we go further, thank you for watching, by the way, and I hope you subscribe and press the bell icon so that when I do put in a new video, you get to view it. And close your eyes. And just relax and get heavy into the chair. Let your arms relax. Maybe even turn those hands palm upwards with the fingers curled. Eyes are closed. Release the lower jaw from the upper jaw and soften those cheek muscles. Erase that frown line between your eyebrows. And we'll take 5 breaths. Bringing to mind the words you chose earlier. Saying to yourself, I will carry that through my day. Opening your eyes slowly, and again, I thank you for joining me. May your inner light shine for all to see. Namaste.